It's always like springtime with you. You're making all things new. Your love is shining through the dark. I love how God makes all things new. You know what I mean? Even this whole land of Israel. What we're observing here is ancient history. We're in the tribe of Naphtali, the tribe of Zebulun, the very place that God promises in Isaiah chapter 9 that he will honor in the future. The future is now. The future is here. And what God is doing when he's honoring this place, he's causing the light to shine. And that is through the Messiah of Israel, the Galilean, Yeshua. And behind me, of course, you can barely see it through the rays of the sun, but it's a marvelous sight. It is the Arbel cliffs. You know, remember Vespasian, the strong Roman general who single-handedly oversaw the surrender of all of Europe to the Roman Empire. Under Marcus Antonius, he gathered together the richest man in the world of the time, Croesus, and together they were able to bring the factions of the Roman Empire together. But who was standing in their way? Well, the Jewish people were. They were rebellious against the Roman Empire because they wanted to serve the God of Israel. We want to serve the God of Israel together. But the Romans at the time, they wanted to serve their Roman pantheon of gods. They loved to emulate Greece, and they would worship, and they would have their nymphaeums and their priestesses, and it was quite a crazy time to be alive for those who believe in the God of Israel. But guess what? These people said, we're going to stand to the death, and they did die. Eventually, these homes behind me, ancient Jewish homes, were ransacked. They had flaming catapults with tar balls hurled into the windows and into the crevices, and even though they battled valiantly, according to the historian Josephus, he talks about the valiant battle that they had holding the Romans at bay for months and months. Their water was running out, their food was running out. Finally, the Romans took the top, they surrounded the bottom, and after volley of flaming arrows, they ended up were defeated. The Jewish people were defeated, and they were marched up to the top of those cliffs and thrown off. Women, children, and people thought that was the end of Israel. You know, when the lights went out, when our temple was destroyed by the Romans, by Titus, Emperor Titus, everyone thought that's the end of Israel. But you know what? It wasn't the end. From the edges of the earth, they began to regather. They began to come back according to the scraggly beard ancient prophets, Amos, Isaiah. All of them talked about this great return, this Aliyah, which we are observing and we're a part of here in the Galilee and throughout Israel. The Aliyah Return Center is proud to present the return membership, where you're able to engage in prophecy. You're able to not only see the history, but you're able to see that God is not only a God who was, he's also the God who is doing things, and the God who is to come. That's prophecy in action. Take your part in prophecy today. Be part of the restoration.